So, welcome everyone to our Good of the Whole Global Heart Resonance Call. And we're really, especially, like Julie sent out, it's a special invitation today because all of us here are really seeding the field for Love Lives Here, 40 Days of Reconnection. And really that's the intention we're holding today, is that we are really embodying this expression. So welcome to this call. It is a participatory call. And the way this call works, for those of you that are new, will be that I'll just open, just sharing a little bit about Good of the Whole. And then we always have a heart resonance. And today, beautiful resonance mentor, Henry Lebler, is going to just open the call so that we can all just really align with this experience of what we're calling the home frequency, this frequency of the field as it's ever evolving. And then I'll just share what our focus is and just a couple of guidelines, and then we'll open the call to everyone. So invite you to stay on mute if you're not speaking, and to take yourself off mute to keep the lines clear. All right. So welcome. So we're here to really dive into this unified field of love. And we're gathering in the field, in that full awareness, and to be really received and to be nurtured. And as stewards of the good of the whole, we're intentionally building this field of coherence. And specifically, as we move into the 40 days, it's with reconnecting with self, reconnecting with each other, reconnect with the earth, and reconnect with the sacred within all life. So we're just really going to just perturbate in that field today. And we come together cultivating this ethos of wholeness and understanding that we're whole beings contributing to and in service of a greater whole. So just take some breaths with that. And Henry, we're going to pass this crystalline talking stick over to you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Is the sound coming through all right? Good. So I invite you just to open to the resonant space within you, to the love, the impulse of love, the impulse of creation. Rumi has expressed that what you are seeking is seeking you. So open to what you are seeking, open to the love you are seeking in the center of your heart, in the center of your being, and know that that love is seeking you. So just open to that space. Open to the wholeness that the space of love invites within you, that embraces all of you and all of life as we ready for the 40 days of the journey together, deepening in our connection to the love that is here. So breathing that in. In gratitude. Now coming back to our circle of sharing.
Thank you, Henry, and welcome to all those who have just joined the call. My name is Shelley Darling. For those who can't see, I'm in Sarasota, Florida, and founding steward of Good of the Whole. So welcome into that space. This how Henry said that space, right? And the space of love, the space of connection, and the space of this ever effulgent voice and expression of the field of love. So today, for those of you just joined, we are really seeding the field for Love Lives Here, a 40-day experience that starts tomorrow. But ultimately, it's starting right here, right now, right within you. So the way this call works, it's a participatory call. And we invite you to say your name and really speak from the center of your heart to the center of this circle. So shifting from the I to the we, speaking in present time. And if there's a story that's bubbling, really bring it down into the bottom line insight. What's really moving for you? All of us are coming in choice, conscious listening to what's evolving in the moment. And what we love is we follow this thread of dialogue. So something's emerging, we're tapping into it, and just like a weaver's shuttle, we're just weaving this tapestry together. And limit your contributions to one at a two at a time. We don't use a bell here. We're just going to trust the flow. And you can speak more than once, and acknowledge when you're complete. And here we sometimes actually have a crystal or a wand, but we're just passing this virtual crystal wand. So today, the theme, or we call it the resonant reflection, is love lives here. Really, how is that love living through you, expressing it through you, be it you're a mom with your children, your home, be it at work, how is it expressing through you? And today, taking from the circle, just really imagining and feeling and sensing everyone's intention of love, of embodying this love, really feeling into this infusion with our light, joy, health, greater wealth, harmony, and just holding that highest vibration. We invite you to bathe in this experience today, to really let it shower you, to feel into this frequency of the heart, this guiding force. Like when we know we're in that field, there's such a joy. It's like we're in the state of joy. Joy isn't anything to be attained. We're in this beautiful state of joy. And we're in this deepening into this embodied expression of love. So feeling into the frequencies. And as we're on this call today, really getting that felt sense of this divine order and divine restoration now being established, being maintained. Because if it's maintained here within our own heart, we can ripple that out. And that we're all coming together in greater and greater shared purpose. and that it begins here, right inside. So with that, I'm laughing because we just got off this call. Love is in the air. So we're going to open this call from that place of love is in the air. And what's moving in you in regards to that? How's that showing up? And just keeping it in present time. So with that, and again, just say your name. I did forget something. So the pause. We really honor the pause here. So that liminal space in between those thoughts, those words, and between each person speaking. That it's in that place that we are infused and imbued with the next piece of wisdom. And also just logistically, it allows people who are on the phone to take themselves off mute. So with that, welcome to our call, and I'm complete and pass the crystal and talking stick, put it right in the center. Feel free to step in.
I am Oriana, and I have been feeling this all morning, this love living here. Like, what does that feel? Being love. And being able to feel. It's what my heart wonders, and in the wondering is this hum. I wonder, what does it feel? Being love, living here. So the feel is what I feel as the field. And bringing our attention and awareness as love, being present in the field, it has a feel. And I'm so delighted to feel into it. I just was on a walk around the park, walking barefoot, taking the little 3-year-old me that had come into this existence and was feeling this coming to a doorway and being that door and not knowing what to do with it. So I opened it, and then what? And it was clear that the then what wasn't the part of the little inquisitive angel was to find the doorway and open it. And in opening was this fear of, oh, it's not safe in this world. And as I reflected on it and felt into it, I could feel the moment of being born, as many of us experienced, and being strung up, held by your feet, and whack. And I was feeling that level of fear that gets incorporated within the structure of our human form, and releasing it as, oh, they didn't know any better. Oh, we'll know better. And so bringing that through the sense of, oh, the universe is safe. That's right. There's a safe I bring in with me. Oh, that's right. It lives inside. Love lives here. I'm safe. And I am complete.
So I'm taking a beautiful inhale on that one, because love lives here. And this morning I was able to stand outside in the sun. It was over 60 degrees for the first time that I can remember in a long time. And just hearing the birds and feeling the sun and doing some morning stretches to really expand the heart chakra and bringing it back into my heart, so that with every inhale, love was living here, and with every exhale, love was living there. And I'm just so very present to today and the opening and the beginning of 40 days, where we're disciplined to focus on love. And everything feels in the field of love. There's no words for it. There's no words for it. So I'm feeling very grateful and connected to each one who's here, and letting that love just fill me and then spill over to you, to all of us. I'm complete.
I am Ayahana, and in this time I'm known as Laura. And I'm delighted that this event is happening today and for the next 40 days, because I just came back from a 5-week adventure of sharing love and light across the Southwest with extensive time spent in California. And all I have to do to remember how important each one of us are to one another's process is to think of the many, many people I was blessed to interact with on this adventure. Usually takes me about a week to get settled back in. And the beauty of this day is the reminder that on a full moon, our dreams are important to remind us of what we need to let go of, how we can love ourselves through the residue that we're releasing, and create and maintain effective boundaries in order to love ourselves and love one another and enhance the vibration of the collective overall much more effectively. This last week has been difficult. Challenges, I guess challenging is a better word, in establishing boundaries, because I've been so full of love. I just want to give. And I've really had to come back to center and say, okay, some of this doesn't resonate with my core being, and there's boundaries here in order for me to love myself and give more authentically. And that is what I think I'm most excited of all about this next 40 days, is stepping fully into that process and having it as rock solid as possible. Because each one of us that allows ourselves the freedom to do that and really anchor in is going to be providing the highest level of service to the rest of the humans that we are interacting with in our day-to-day walk. And with that being said, thank you. I am complete.
This is Henry. I was reminded this morning, and with people sharing, of a Buddhist meditation called the Mother Meditation. And if I understand it correctly, it's everyone that we come in contact with in this lifetime has at one point or another been our mother. It's a little extensive, but of just kind of honoring the countless acts of love that a mother gives for the child. That, I was just feeling in the presence of people sharing here, just all of that love in its purest form. And so just kind of imagine that, and then extending that beyond to all the acts of love that we put in each day in cultivating ourselves or in cultivating our family or our loved ones. To just open to that goes into creating the fullness and the beauty that we each are, and that people we come in contact, if we just open to recognize that at this moment and throughout the 40 days and beyond, of really getting into the nectar of that presence and to feel that field. And also I was seeing that this presence of love is like a garden and a field of flowers. And we are each flowers in that field. So we open to that in the midst of our reflection, in the midst of the pauses, in the midst of our sharings. So I feel complete.
I need to talk loud, but I can't. I'm like speechless. I have to follow that because it moved me to tears. Maybe I won't be able to talk. Hearing the words that the countless acts of the mother's love. And in that moment, I went into connecting with that as a mother, going, yes, those countless acts. And now as a grandmother, watching my children. And then it all swirled into the tears of love lives here. This embodying this deeper expression of love is literally a countless act of our divine mother's love here and now. And I just feel that vibrating so gently and tenderly within every cell of my being, and just in the knowing of that, in the knowing of the divine presence of Creator. And just that, thank you for acknowledging the mother, the feminine act of the great mother. So thank you so much for that. And I'm just swaddling all of you and rocking you and holding you and hoping to nourish you in this moment, and knowing that this 40 days of reconnection is doing that for all of us from the great mother. So thank you for that. I'm complete.
Good morning, all. Kate would like to grab a moment because I too was moved by Henry's words, and feeling into this, this opening that we're opening together, this new door into, what love is, what really this is. And it feels a return to the garden, a restoration of the garden, this nectar, you know, as we were talking about the cross-pollination, I'm thinking about how, you know, we do cross-pollinate by supporting one another's works and just the nectar that comes from it. You know, I'm kind of, we know what makes our heart sing. And obviously, there's been something about the good of the whole that has moved us very deep before. And something was said on a call I was on yesterday that I realized is so, we have to write the song now. It's like we're writing this new song now, and it hasn't been written, but we need to write this new heart song of what it feels like when we do connect all these Corday, 10-day together. And just really honored to be in circle with you all. Thank you for sharing your sacred time. I can never say I'm complete. I feel eternally incomplete, but I want to return the talking feather now. Thank you for this.
Hello, this is White Raven. I am so blessed to be at the beginning of the 40 days with you. The resonant heart field is so magnetic. It brings us and lifts us into our highest being, our highest potential. And then we have the interaction with one another and with those that we meet and greet throughout the day and the evening. And they're all brought in into the field, into the center of the circle, just because we have created and bonded this space even more. This seems to me to be a wonderful opportunity to imagine the world in a circle where everyone is at their most loving. My heart is full. Thank you. I'm complete.
Hello, everyone. This is Victoria from Stamford, Connecticut. And I'm on this call because I wanted to come on here and do what I love to do in terms of Love Lives Here, and that is spirit doodling. So I am actually doodling Love Lives Here that I promised Julie. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm not paying attention. When I'm looking down, I'm doodling it. The sound and the words here, but the sound especially is just so conducive to this spirit doodling. And spirit doodling is the closest thing that manifestation that I experience, you might say, as Love Lives Here. It is completely nowhere. It's very, very quiet. It just flows with no end. There are no mistakes. There are no beginnings or endings. There isn't a lot of feeling exactly. It's more like silence and peace. And that to me is love living here. So that's what I'm doing, and glad to be here. And I'm looking forward to the 40 days and more. And on we go. Thank you.
I'm just going to jump in on that note, this creative force of love, right? It's always creating itself through us. It's always new. I'm loving this, being inside of this movement of connection. You know, like if you imagine that river, it's always connecting to the shores, right? The water needs its banks, or then it becomes the ocean. So this connection, as we are becoming the ocean, this oceanic experience, and I love movement. I feel like when we open our breath, and immediately the body moves, and then I let go of my breath, and it lets go, and I just feel delight. That's where, for me, delight comes in. This experience, and I know that 40 days is just in a 3D world. It's time. We're creating a container, right? But to live from that place of being the water, just being this movement, being love, living here, is a timeless experience. And then when I look into each one of your eyes, I see and feel no separation. I see and feel you. And that makes me smile. That's where that inner smile just starts to happen. And I can go into my day, I can go into the next moment with just simply presence. And it's not to exclude, just want to finish this one piece, it's not to exclude that people are in pain without question, But this movement of love, as was being shared in an earlier call, is really giving rise to what hasn't been met so that it can be met in love. I'm having feelings of sadness, or a friend just really lost this family cat, and she's really, in that grieving process. So that movement arising, what hasn't been met, what has been suppressed. And here we're holding that container for that. So yeah, beautiful. I'm complete. Pass the talking stick.
Hi, this is Carly. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Carly.
Okay, great. I'm just having two waves here, building off of the last comment, two waves of thought. And one being back at the beginning, the Zen statement of everyone was a mother of ours at some point, said so much better by Henry. But my thought was also, just this weekend, I was thinking about the unconditional love of children, and just noticing that and thinking, these children come to us as gifts for us to awaken. And just this idea of the children, this idea that maybe everyone was our child at some point, no matter who they are, that love lives in children, their innocence, their just the way they approach the world is so loving. And sometimes if I'm feeling down, I will just look for children and just watch them and just see love. And then love lives here. I keep thinking, here my heart, here my head, my mind, my body, here the earth, hear the space, really hear everywhere, is what I've been thinking. I am complete.
You know, Kate has to grab that feather. Just, I told you I'm eternally incomplete. Just something Carly said, I've really been pondering, lately, the whole what's it all about, why am I? It took me to, we're here to learn to love unconditionally. That is the lesson, and when you think you're making a little stride, you see that, I got more to learn. Anyway, and the reason else I had to pick up the flower is when Henry was speaking of the garden and the nectar, and I was feeling the cross-pollination. Well, I had to go get this little poem, and then I forgot to tell it to you. And it just, as I was kind of thinking about our heart songs, because I don't know what makes your heart sing. You don't know what makes my heart sing. But we know what makes our own heart sings. And so how we're going to write this new song together, I just kind of wanted to give this inspiration. Thank you, God. I have it on a little plaque here. It was given to me by Mary Ellen. Thank you, God, for the wildflowers. They teach us to be content with being who we are. Like us, some bloom when the sun shines, some quietly during the night. Some bloom the summer through, and some for only a few hours. Some unnoticed among so many, and some in such splendor that anyone who notices admires and gives thanks that they are part of God's creation. And I just give thanks that I'm able to hear your expressions on a regular basis and appreciate what you stimulate in me. And I would like to return the feather and thank you for listening.
This is Henry again. I'd like to add to Love Lives Here that love is unfolding here. That, and it's very evidenced in the child, especially in the young child, when we see or we feel what someone expressed, that the unfolding in each moment, in its purest form, in its naturalist form. And I feel the unfolding energy as well with each person's sharing. When each person is speaking, there is an unfolding quality of life and of love that is coming forth. And so I think that's part of that love is living here, and there's that becoming quality, that unfolding, that revealing quality as a flower, as it opens, that it reveals more of its magnificence if we are able to open to notice, to be present with. So I feel complete.
Henry speaks about being the children. Dinama comes on with the baby, and and I'm just in this being and becoming love in this moment, and I'm kind of watching, and literally this amazing tapestry on my screen. Literally, people's screens flow together on mine. I know everybody mixes up, but Victoria and Dinama had this casing, and it looked like it was the same, and these windows and these plants, and it's like every little box is connected perfectly on my screen. I hope on yours it'd be kind of fun. I took a screen share. I'm like, oh my gosh, it just looks like, wow, look. And then these two paintings of Kate and Oriana are lined up in the row, and Linda's box goes here over. It's beautiful. It's like this beautiful interconnected weaving of even our imagery on the screen. And I just love that synchronicity, and just want to just say amen to that being and becoming this deeper expression of love. So thank you for that, and I'm complete.
Hello, everyone. My name is Samantha. Love lives here. I'm very blessed to be here with all of you. Thank you all for holding this space. It's beautiful. Even from my living room, I can feel it. I feel tingly and light. And it seems to be every time I start something, I always end up getting a little sick. Like I'm getting some residual ickiness out. And anyway, I am still feeling well. I'm from Lansing, Illinois, soon to be Bridgman, Michigan. I have a lot of things changing in my life right now. They have been for the last 8-9 weeks since I started the revolutionary agreements. Thank you, Linda. And I've been in this space of growth, and I'm very happy to be adding a full love aspect to that as well. You know, as an individual, and for all of you, I feel like if I wasn't a part of this, you realize you're not alone. And going through it, I really can put that fear away of the changes that I'm bringing into my life. Even looking behind me, I have all this new art I've created recently. And for probably 4 years, I wasn't even creative. And I'm an artist at soul. I've been drawing since I could pick something up. And it's been beautiful to be back in that space. And I have to thank you all for that. I've never felt more of myself, but I've never felt more of this, just this different feeling. And I'm excited for the next 40 days to see what else continues to change. You know, by the end of this, I'll have been moved into a new place for a month, and I'm excited. You know, before, change was a very scary thing for me, and putting that fear aside, I mean, the creative flow and the beauty, that the changes that have come into my life it's incredible. So love does live here. I'm very excited for the next 40 days. And I thank you all for being here with me. And I'm very blessed to be a part of that. Thank you. I'm complete.
Just want to express that I'm going to be staying in the flow with everyone, although I'll be moving into another phase of my day. So I'm sitting here in this big, beautiful mother hug, and I'm hugging you all back and just holding you in my heart, and looking forward to journeying for 40 days ahead in this gentle flow of love, and see however it's being expressed. It's quite a blessing. So I'll bid you adieu quietly. I love you all. Thank you.
Hi, this is Deborah, and I'm on the road between Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, and Boulder, Colorado. And I just wanted to connect and say hello, thank you, and aloha. Love you all. I am complete.
So reflecting on spirit doodling, which I'm in the midst of, and what everybody is saying, it seems to me that, for example, spirit doodling cannot be learned. There is no learning spirit doodling. There's no developing it. There's no trying to make it one way or the other. It's just something that happens. It's something that is intrinsic. It's something that's just there. So there's no effort toward it. And that's how I consider love. I consider love as something that is there that I guess, I don't know if you call it a premise, that would be a little much, but that we are love. That's what we are. And there's nothing we need to do about it. My mind doesn't always feel it. It's not always a feeling, but we are love, and that's what we are, whether we are connected or, I don't know if the word, it's not connected because we can't be connected to something we're not separate from. So that's a bad word, connected. But so, it's just that we are love, like the doodling. It's just present. And we just have to, I guess, it just allows, when it allows itself, when it becomes recognizable. And we don't need to do anything to achieve it, which is a very relaxing message that it is there despite us, whether we like it or not, whether we acknowledge it or not. It is just there because it is what's real and what is reality, in our world, in our universe. So that's what spirit doodling is like. Sometimes early on, I used to listen to my mind and watch your mind when I was spirit doodling, and I would see something. I go, "Oh, you ruined it. You ruined it. You made a mistake. Look at that. You went out of lines, or you went here." And it was just so easy to see that thought field. It was so easy to see it with the light of the source of the doodling. And I would just go, "Well, that's not true." I'm not going to listen to that. I'm turning that off. And then I would start to take the thing that was a mistake and doodle it over and over and over. And it would be my favorite thing. I could never get enough of it. I was in love with my mistake. So there's so much that I've been learning from spirit doodling since I became aware that something is happening, because I used to just throw it out, I thought it was, I didn't think even just throw it out. Now that I recognized it, it just has so much beauty and love in it. So I'm just sharing that. Thank you, everybody, for this beautiful conversation. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. This is Michael on the phone. Thank you so much. Some days the creative flow, I appreciate the doodling share, because sometimes things aren't flowing. And today was a really stuck morning. And got on the call, walked outside, laid down in the grass, felt the sun, and listened to you all talk about the different aspects of being, love being here, being in love, love unfolding, and you really changed my day. Thank you. I'm complete.
I love that. I just want to jump back in one more time to follow that, changing your day and being in that place of blocked, which follows what Victoria said about how can you be connected to something you're not separate from. And I just really feel this call bringing us forward to be this expression, this deepening expression of love, and speak to the reconnection of ourselves with one another, with the earth, and with the sacred, as there are so many in that consciousness of separation, in that illusion of separation, in that place of block. And we all know them. You know, we can look around and go, oh yeah, we have people in our lives. And so here we are in that garden, emerging and really cultivating and sharing. So I just feel, I'm just so thrilled to have all of you here with me in this moment, and just so blessed and grateful that we can be those cross-pollinators. We get to go cultivate this field of love on the planet. We get to share and bloom and know that those around us can come and emerge out of that block place or out of those places of separation, because we all know them. So thank you. I'm just in such gratitude, and I just loved listening to Michael say, I'm laying on the ground and there's in the grass and the sun's here, and wow, this field of love, look what it does. So thank you. And I'm not complete either, Kate. So thank you.
This is Michael again, and I'm not complete either, and I'm willing to keep unfolding. Thank you.
Well, on that note, I'm going to take hold of the crystalline flower, the ever unfolding flower. Oh boy. Actually, to be really honest here, we haven't even started. This is not day one. This is pre-Love Lives here. So with that, I want to, or not I, we want to invite you and invite your friends and invite those colleagues that you feel might just have the same experience, a similar experience as you, to come play with us, as a collective. So tomorrow we begin with a heart resonance, and every day there'll be this experience for 15 minutes, although it won't be participatory. We just want to give people a sense that they can start their day in this field frequency, this home frequency. So make sure that you'll receive an email later tonight for tomorrow, and get that. So that following call will be at, let's see, it's 11 a.m. That 15-minute call is at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. So you'll get the details through the Daily Digest. And just want to, let's take a breath. And if anyone, we love on this call particularly, if anyone hasn't shared, we all take a breath of silence for those of us that have shared, and just allow people to unmute themselves that might just simply want to put their name or presence into the field. And then we'll close this call. We have a special way that we close this call. So that in that spiral of life. Can't hear you.
I just wanted to say, and those of you who may not have registered, please register so you can get the digest of how to get on our daily attunements and these weekly calls again. So if you're registered for this call, please sign up for Love Lives Here too. Thanks, Shel.
All right. I'm going to just unmute the people that are on the phone that haven't shared. And
my grandson wants to be part of this. I thought he was asleep, and he said, "No, I'm going to be trying to crawl into the computer." So feels our energy, and that's what I feel the message is. Energetically, we are always one. And that's the message, really. That's the message. There's no distance, no separation. We're all connected always. And how powerful that is to consciously feel the sovereignty of that. I'm complete.
All right, so we'll see you tomorrow. We also have an incredible opening ceremony. So that will be a little surprise as well. So this is how we end this call. And we take all this energy that we're experiencing here today and we ripple it out beyond the confines of this circle, out beyond the confines of your community, and out to the planet. So it goes like this. It's the choir of yum. Yum.
Yum. Yum. Yum.
Yum.
A beautiful day. See you tomorrow.
Mwah.